Okay, go ahead and get your math books out. We're working on page 279. Now again, always do your math work in pencil. I'm doing mine in pen so that you can see it in the video. So let's go ahead and put our finger on the very first one. Better yet, put your finger up on the instructions and let's read them together, okay? Count the stars, period. Write the number, period. Okay, so now for me, one of the strategies that I use when I'm counting is that I make marks on what I'm counting. There's a lot of stars here, and sometimes because they're not in rows or columns, remember rows go side to side, columns go up and down, it's hard sometimes to know which one I counted, and I might end up counting something twice, okay? So every time I count, I'm just gonna put a dot or a check, or you can put a line through it. But when we get to 10, let's group that and let's put a circle around 10, okay? We need to start being able to think about groups of 10, okay? So count with me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm just gonna stop there because I've done my groups of 10, and maybe you can see that I did some little check marks. Now I'm gonna put a circle around that. So I'm just gonna circle, and it's not even really a circle, we're really ringing around the first 10, okay? So now that I know that I have 10 up there, I'm just gonna count on, which means I don't start at 1, I'm going to start at the number that comes just after 10. What number is that? 11, okay? So I already know I have 10, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Did you get 19 all together? Good. And you can always go back and you can double check it, but make sure that we're getting that 10 in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Group it and then count on. I want you to do the same thing for each one of these. Okay, so again, taking a look at 19, if I were to ask you, how many groups of 10 are there in 19? Can you look at this and tell me? Can you also look at the number and tell me? What's that secret code? When we have a 1 in front, it tells me how many groups of 10 do I have? 1. Okay, and then yesterday we talked about the term ones. So how many ones? If I have one group of 10, how many ones do I have left? Again, that number next to me is going to be a clue, and I have 9 ones. Okay, so I want you to finish that one. I'm going to explain the rest of the pages to you, and then you can go back and get started. So if we turn the page, take a look at page 280. We've got our penguin guy up above. And put your finger up above. It says, help puzzled penguin. Puzzled penguin was asked to write 3 teen numbers. Did puzzled penguin write the numbers correctly? And we're ending that with a question mark. They're asking us a question. And puzzled penguin over here, he says, did I make a mistake? What? Okay, so let's take a look at our numbers. We have 41, 71, and 91. What did puzzled penguin do making a mistake? Did he make a mistake in writing his teen numbers? What do we know about teen numbers? Okay. Let's go back and take a look at what we just did, okay? Remember, our first clue with teen numbers is that that first number has to be a 1. It tells us how many groups of 10 we have. And when we're dealing with teen numbers, that number is always the first one, because in teen numbers, there are only ever one group of tens, okay? So what's that? That's our clue. So let's now go back and look at what Puzzled Penguin did. What did he need to do? What mistake did he make? Taking a look at these numbers. 41, 71, 91. Okay? I can hear some of you at home. You know the difference. But what happens is, well, let's keep going. So let's read down below, just underneath, it says, how can we help Puzzled Penguin write the correct numbers? And then it says, write the correct numbers for Puzzled Penguin. Okay? So let's take a look at this first one right here. Okay? How should it, if we're looking at teen numbers, it shouldn't say 4, 1, it should say 1, 4. 1, 4. Okay? And sometimes we make that mistake when we're writing our teen numbers. Sometimes we make the mistake of putting the 1 last instead of putting the 1 in the beginning. And that's okay. That's an easy mistake to happen when we're learning about our teen numbers. But we need to start recognizing that, wait a minute, I'm talking about 14, teen. If it's a teen number, that 1 has to be in the front, okay? Always in the front. You guys are really super smart about math, and what you do know is what numbers we need. Sometimes we get the order wrong, just like Puzzled Penguin, but that's why we're learning, okay? I want you to do the other two on your own. Turn the page, and we want to look at page 283. So all I did was just turn the one page. We were looking at some Cheerios over here. I want you to look at the next page, and I want you to stop and read the directions with me. Okay, right up above, it's really simple. It just says, write the equation. Write the equation, period. Okay, well, they've given us 2 different sets of stars, okay? So when we have an equation, we have 2 numbers that when we're adding, and it looks like we're going to be adding these together, we need those 2 different sets of numbers. So we have our blue stars and we have our yellow stars. So in the first one, they've helped us with that, okay? So they've said, okay, how many blue stars do we have? Well, we have 1, okay? And we're gonna add that to how many yellow stars do we have? And let's count together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they got that right. We can confirm that there is 9 yellow stars. Now, how do I figure out what 1 plus 9 is? How do I figure that out? What are some strategies I can use? I can count all the stars, can't I? If I count all the stars to find out how many there are all together, remember that's our cue word for adding, all together, then I know what 1 plus 9 is, or 1 plus 9, okay? So let's count all the stars together just to make sure that they haven't made any mistakes. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have just proved that 1 plus 9 equals 10. Now, they did the 10 on this side. I know that that makes a lot of us uncomfortable. So you don't have to write the 10 first. Let's do the next one together, okay? Let's do the next one together. How many blue stars do we have? Okay, so count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm gonna write the number 6, and our operation is the plus sign. We're going to be doing addition, so I have to write the plus sign. Now, how many more stars are left, right? How many yellow stars do we have? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. And maybe you could just subitize. Maybe you didn't have to count, but I counted. If you subitized, I think that's fantastic. Okay, so here we go. We have 6 blue stars. We have 4 yellow stars. How many do we have all together? And how can I find out how many we have all together? What strategy have they basically just put out there for me to do? To count. So I'm going to count. They've given me the pictures. I'm just going to count my objects all together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? And so look what they're doing for us. It looks like we're looking at not just equations, but number partners of 10. Number partners, remember those, right? 2 things put together. 2, we've got yellow stars and blue stars. We're adding those up and they're coming to 10. I wonder if that's true. So I want you to continue to do that page and you tell me, are we looking at number partners? Are they all going to be 10? Do they all relate to 10? Now I want to point out something here before I just let you go crazy, because we learned some words yesterday and I hope you learned them with me, and they're using this these terms on this page. So I want to just look at them again. We have column, and remember column are numbers or objects that go from top to bottom, just like this red rectangle, taking a look at numbers that are going from top to bottom. The other word is row. Look at the word row. Row talks about numbers or objects that go side to side. Side to side. So we have top to bottom, side to side. Take a look at this page again on page 283. Are we going in rows or columns up here? Are the stars going from side to side or top to bottom? Take a look. The stars are in rows. Very good. Take a look at down here. They've switched it up on us just when they just try to trick us when they think that we are just beginning to understand. But we know better. Are our stars going from side to side or top to bottom? Top to bottom. And so we would say that these stars are in a column. They're in a column. These stars are in rows. Nice job, boys and girls. All right, that's your math for today. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.